Shot and beautiful. Wisen.
It's time for high school sports right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Doghouse Motorsports, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, JDSA Law, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, Save Mart, Sangster Motors, Wenatchee Power Sports, Earthwise Pet, and Chelan Douglas Casa. And now let's get ready for high school sports. It starts now on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Jose Camarillo makes it 2.
Welcome to Wildcat Stadium along with Matt Wisen and Eric Granstrom, ready for soccer tonight as Eastmont takes on Wenatchee. Well, you got a chance to see the Panthers on Saturday in a windstorm at the Apple Bowl. What do you expect here tonight?
I think it's going to be a completely different kind of game. The wind really messed with that game. It was not a pretty game. Lots of new starters, lots of issues to work out with the team, with the Wenatchee team. I think they'll settle into a game tonight, and like Eastmont's had a fairly easy first match. And so I think we're going to see a better played competitive game. This game always comes down to a 1-goal difference or so. I don't expect anything different tonight.
Well, teams 1-0 on the season. We'll see who gets the better of the other coming up tonight in the next couple of hours. We're going to talk to the head coaches and get you ready for soccer tonight. It's Eastmont and Wenatchee next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Make being home fun again. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa has just what you need to bring fun back into your backyard. We have a wide selection of artesian spas and swim spas, new and used to choose from. We are happy to announce we are now selling Rainbow Kids play structures with 50 models to choose from. To help finish off your entertainment area, we have patio furniture and Komodo Joe grills. At Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, we have just what you need to bring family fun and entertainment to your backyard. Stop by today.
Continues here on the NC Channel, now visiting with the head coach for the Wenatchee Panthers, Dennis Stronson. Dennis, you guys came from behind to knock off Moses Lake last Saturday, but 23 months between games. What did you find in that first game that you guys can work on?
Well, it's just learning how to play together. A little bit rusty, getting a different mix. Some of the guys play club together, some don't, and also understanding the system and the aggressiveness of another Big Nine opponent. So, we've corrected a few things, talked about what we need to do better, and we did in the second half. We came out, made some adjustments, and we were rewarded with the result.
You did have an injury sustained in that game last Saturday. That means you have to change your lineup a little bit here tonight. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we lost our starting center midfielder, a junior, to a arm injury that looks like it's going to keep him out a week to 10 days. So we're going to drop another guy in there, and we had 2 guys who did not start in the last match. One was out of town and one's back, so they're going to step in. So we got 3 new starters tonight, so we'll see how that all plays out.
Rivalry game like this, what do you talk to the kids about as far as making sure that they're playing, between the whistle and not after the whistle and things like that?
I know these guys know each other real well, and we try to put that behind us as it's an opponent, and you just play hard through the whistle. You don't get caught up in any antics. You don't want to get emotional about it. You got to stay calm and let the game carry itself. If you get caught up emotionally, that could be the breakdown that the team has, and it results in a loss and a goal.
Well, there's been 3 overtime matches between Eastmont and Wenatchee here in the last 9 meetings. You never know what's going to happen when they get together. We'll talk to Vidal Hurtado, the head coach of Eastmont, coming up next as our pregame show continues on the NCWLIFE Channel.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide Pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance. Take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. Take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Eastmont and Wenatchee in boys soccer. Vidal Hurtado, the head coach of Eastmont, joining us. Well, Coach, you got off to a good start. 6 goals on Saturday against Chelan. Tell us about your club so far.
It's been a great first week for us. You know, I mentioned to the boys that I can't think of a smoother start. I think it's because they were ready for it. They wanted to play soccer, and we haven't wasted a minute since day one. And game Saturday came out a little bit too fast, but we're able to get a goal in pretty early, and then after that tagged a few more. And you know, for being our first game after 5 practices, it wasn't bad at all.
How tough is that for you as a coach? I mean, you're 23 months between the last game, and I know you've taken over both the boys and girls programs here. How tough is that?
You know, I just feel for the boys because and the spring sports. Athletes, you know, it's been a long time since they wore a jersey, so I'm just happy that we're out here. It hasn't, you know, I'm good with energy. I have high energy, so I can work through it. I'm just happy that they're out here and wearing our jerseys again.
Let's talk about this match with Wenatchee today. What are you expecting?
Just like every game that we've ever played is tight, contested, physical. Usually goes down to the last few minutes, comes down to an error. You know, every game that I've played against them, it's always been PKs, overtime, or 1 goal difference. It's the kind of game that I love coaching. You know, nothing against a team that we go out and play and win, you know, with 6-0 or higher. These games are tight. These games show our character. They reveal who we are, and they reveal our strengths and our weaknesses, areas for improvement. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It's going to be physical, contested. We'll see how fitness. Today's going to be a good day to figure out how our fitness is, and I just told them enjoy it because we've been out of soccer for so long that if we focus on winning, purely on winning, that's not our ultimate goal.
Well, and these guys know each other really well, both club soccer and everything else that goes on. How do you keep that rivalry in check and make sure that they're playing by the rules? You know, I've learned that it doesn't really matter what I don't know. It's just they're young men, and I can try to you know, bring the tension down, but they're just gonna play. I think at the end of the day, and they're gonna compete. This group of boys, man, it's been a blast to coach them the last week and a half, and just remind them that without a opponent, we don't play the sport, we don't compete. And so respect the game, respect the opponent, and just play your heart out. Well, best of luck. Keep everybody healthy. Thank you. You bet. Hurtado joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back, get you the lineups, get you kickoff from Wildcat Stadium next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing. and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs in a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue or visit online at savemart.net.
Welcome back once again here to Eastmont Wildcat Stadium along with Matt Wisen and Eric Granstrom. Starting lineup sponsored by Stevens Home Group, your local real estate advisors. Find them on Facebook at Stevens Home Group. The visitors, Wenatchee, is announced by head coach Dennis Tronson. Emmanuel Ocampo is a sophomore. Giovanni Munoz, a junior. Nicholas Lopez, a senior. Pierre Vega, a sophomore. Marcos Bravo is a junior. Oswaldo Medellin is a senior. Liam Willett is a junior. Kalen Zumock is a sophomore. Luis Mendoza is a senior. He'll be in goal. Julian Reyes is a sophomore. And Tyler Wisen, a junior. Those are the starters. Meanwhile, for the Eastmont Wildcats with a record of 1-0, it's announced by their head coach, Vidal Hurtado. Armando Mendoza will be in goal. He is a junior. Victor Andrade is a senior. Javier Fuentes, also a senior. Jesse Sanchez, a senior. Alfredo Gonzalez, a senior. Diego Saldivar, a senior. Angel Sidio is a freshman. Edgar Leon is a freshman. Luis Romero, a junior. Kai Pefferman, a freshman. And Diego Vasquez is a senior. We'll take a quick break, come back, get your kickoff. Coming up next from Wildcat Stadium, it's Eastmont, it's Wenatchee, live tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
By working together as a community, we can all play a part in promoting children's well-being and strengthening families. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Chelan Douglas CASA is dedicated to supporting families and reducing the risk of child abuse and neglect. Join us in our community-wide pinwheel project and help keep kids safe. If you suspect a child is being abused or neglected, please call 1-866-363-4276.
Building. It's in our blood. Building something out of nothing. It takes heart, grit, and hard work. At One Way Construction, our crew is our family. With decades of contracting experience and our in-house design team, we bring a unique perspective to building. We know that if we work together, we are capable of reaching heights that are impossible to reach alone. The possibilities are endless.
And a decent crowd on hand here at Wildcat Stadium for this one tonight, along with Matt Wisen and Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Well, before we get to kickoff, Matt, talk about some of the keys for this game for both sides here this evening.
Well, both teams know each other very well.
Yeah.
Probably 60% of these players are on the same club, Wenatchee FC. They both know their strengths, their weaknesses. So staying healthy in the game. Wenatchee's had a little bit more difficult of a game with Moses Lake in their first game. Got some dings. Got a couple players coming up. Haven't seen varsity experience. Also some players that weren't available in the first game are coming back for their first game. So fitting into the game. Eastmont now, they had quite a bit of success against Chelan. Found a little bit more rhythm. Now are they coming in a little overconfident? Because of the early success, it's not a 1A school. This is a seasoned 4A school. So I think we might see a little bit of feeling each other out, and then I think they're just going to go at it. And
could this be a high-scoring affair? I mean, I know they've been close over the last several years, but could this be like a 6-5 flying finish?
I'm not putting anything past this game. It could be. Usually, I mean, history will say it's not going to be, but everything's out the books with this kind of year. it could be a blowout. It could be a high-scoring event. It could be a 1-0.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, it's been 23 months since these two last played against one another. That was back on April the 19th of 2019, believe it or not. And that one went into overtime with Wenatchee coming out on top 1-0. In fact, over the last 6 years, Wenatchee is 6-3 against Eastmont. Of course, the Wildcats would love to turn the tables here at home tonight. This is the first of two meetings between the two schools this season. A truncated NCW regional format. Big Nine's kind of out the window with what's happened with COVID and things like that. We are just about ready for kickoff here. The Eastmont Wildcats in the red uniforms, trimmed in white. The Wenatchee Panthers with the white uniforms. And is that black or purple on the numbers, Matt? I can't quite tell from here. Is it purple?
I'm going purple.
Okay, that works for me. Our officials, by the way, Jaime Barca is the head referee. The assistants, Jesus Landa and Christine Merrill. Okay, got that right. And we're about ready for action here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. Sebastian Moraga had other issues going on this evening, so he's not able to sit in the chair that I am. So forgive me if my soccer ignorance shows its ugly head here early. That's why Matt Wisen is shotgun here tonight. So Wenatchee controls the opening kickoff, moving from, backwards, if you will, as Eastmont tries to steal the ball away in their end, and an opportunity quickly for Edgar Leon. Of course, it was Edgar that scored twice on Saturday in the win over Chelan. Diego Salvador also with a couple of goals, and already a corner kick here for Eastmont as Jesse Sanchez will go over and kick into the setting sun here at Wildcat Stadium. He approaches, right-footed kick is ahead and handled nicely here by the keeper for Wenatchee, Luis Mendoza. And he'll quickly pace it up the far sideline. Nice little touch there, and now a feed ahead. Here is Mr. Wisen, a bump from behind, and both coaches talked about how this game is going to be physical, Matt. We're already seeing some bumping and shoving here in the early going.
Yeah, their teammates, a lot of them, they still aren't gonna hold them back from.
Well, you've seen these guys practice against each other. I assume they don't hold back and practice either.
No, you can't, or you're gonna get hurt if you're not ready for it. So.
Opportunity right on the doorstep there for Wenatchee as Marcos Bravo had an opportunity, but the ball will go across the inline via goal kick here for Eastmont. Wildcats and a push from behind here. We will get a whistle. This will be a free kick for Eastmont. A little extracurricular there from Giovanni Munoz for the Panthers. Touch momentarily by Luis Romero. And then backwards it goes into the Eastmont end, and then footing it out of bounds will be Javier Fuentes for the Wildcats. You know, I look down here, and of course, with this strange season, and it's starting a little late, Matt, it's only 10 games or 11 games long, only 5 weeks, and I'm sure we're not seeing the typical rosters that you would normally see for spring high school sports for the soccer.
Yeah, Wenatchee usually has, I would guess, somewhere around 100 plus players try out for the teams. This year, quite a bit less than that, and it's pretty much quite across the board the same, no matter what school you're at. So thin rosters, condensed seasons. It's just crazy right now.
And here's a steal opportunity in the offensive end for Eastmont. Edgar Leon going to chase this one down in the corner. They're going to say it went out off the end line. It will be a goal kick. Boy, an opportunity for Eastmont goes awry there.
Yeah, Wenatchee struggled building out of the back in their first game, and it seems like they're kind of struggling now. If I'm Coach Stronson, I'm throwing that plan out the window and playing a little more direct, going straight to my midfield.
And Andrade steals another one deep in the Wenatchee end. Panthers are able to defend, however, as getting some help back there. Kalen Zumach for the Panthers. Ball is out of bounds. It should be a throw-in here for Wenatchee. Our broadcast tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel brought to you by Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, home of the lifetime warranty. At Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, customer satisfaction is #1. Stop on by today. Incidental contact forces a Wildcat to hit the deck here as Alfredo Gonzalez tries to corral that one, will not be able to get a foot on it, and it will go out of bounds. We're talking about field conditions. I guess, Matt, they normally would meet in early March, so I guess field conditions probably a little bit better than what they'd see in March. I don't know how
this
much.
This field is rock hard right now. They haven't put a drop of water on it in months. And
so similar to playing on the turf then, as far as the roll is concerned.
It might even be harder than that. It's brutally hard.
Ball goes out of bounds on the far sideline over there, and it will be a Wenatchee throw-in as Nicholas Lopez will do the duties. Our broadcast also brought to you by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa. Great service with a personal touch. That's their commitment to you. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa provides a different kind of full-service care that gives their clients peace of mind. Visit their showroom today. Very busy in the Wenatchee end. Another turnover here, and Eastmont directing traffic for the Wildcats is Diego Salvador, and his kick is a little bit wide. Off the foot that time of Alfredo Gonzalez. A little two-man game there for Eastmont, and Panthers breathing a sigh of relief right now.
Yeah, just got to track back with those runners coming through the midfield and kind of almost got a good opportunity there for Eastmont.
Wenatchee now trying to express themselves in the offensive end for a seldom time here in this first half of play. Early going, scoreless here at Wildcat Stadium, home of the Eastmont Wildcats. Again, Eastmont able to turn the table and get things slanted into the Wenatchee end again. On the attack is Diego Saldivar. He's got 1-on-3 over there, and the Panthers knock it out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in here for Eastmont. Victor Andrade will go over there and do the honors. Field just about 75% in shadows here. Just a few stark rays of sunlight still. Throw-in comes in. Nice job of footwork there. Centering and off the mark, but right there again, it hits the outside of the net. And will be a goal kick here for Wenatchee. And boy, Matt, lots of opportunities here in the early going for Eastmont.
Yeah, definitely. They're coming right at us. Eastmont wants to keep that ball in Wenatchee's side of the field and really press. Now the question is, if Eastmont's pressing so hard, they're going to end up leaving single coverage up top on Tyler or the other forward up there and potentially wear themselves out if they're pressing the whole first half, and the transition game might suffer.
Wisen tries to feed ahead, and streaking the other way was Marcos Bravo. Not able to connect on that particular pass, and now Bravo with a free-hand shove on an Eastmont player. He goes down. The ball will come up on the foot of a Wildcat, and a feed ahead up the far side. Here come the Wildcats again. And any whistle here? No, they're going to say play on. Boy, there's been some physical play in the early going here, but the officials pretty much keeping the whistle in the pocket right now. Feed on the near sidelines is going to go a little bit too high and out of bounds, intended for Pierre Vega. And so it'll be a throw-in for Eastmont. And they'll hand it off to Luis Romero. Luis Romero out there with a full beard. Looks like he's about 35 years old.
He is a man-child. He's FC BO3's center back, and he's a spectacular player. He's a real deal.
So he's got the play to match the hair then, huh?
Yeah, okay. I think people are asking him to buy him beer when he was in kindergarten.
Battle for the ball at midfield. Wenatchee comes up with it as Medellin works it to the right side. Defender comes up but can't control it. Wenatchee, man on man here as Bravo will feed it ahead. This one's a little bit too far out in front, however, of his teammate Vega. It will go off the end line and be a goal kick here for Eastmont. Appreciate you joining us here tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll get our first substitution here in the game as Wenatchee will reach in to the bench and bring in a man who is a hero last Saturday, Gavino Mota, or is it Mota?
Mota.
Mota. Okay, got to get that right. We got a yellow card on Vidal Hurtado, I believe.
No, we got it. I think a jewelry issue. Players coming off. So
okay.
Javier Fuentes, I think he's got an earring in and tried to tape it, and I don't think that's gonna fly.
Okay. but that for an equipment goes on the coach, not on the player.
Good
because
question.
he came over and showed the yellow card to the coach.
Okay.
So that typically means that's directed towards the coach.
Correct.
So our first yellow card of the game comes here in the 9th minute of this first half. And, you don't like to see it, but you also like the officials to, kind of corral the excitement of the moment. And you've got a rivalry game here between Wenatchee and Eastmont. And I assume that will not be our first yellow card we'll see here this evening.
My coach always told me he wants me to playing to the level where I'm going to get a yellow card. And if you get a yellow card, as long as it's not a dirty yellow card, that's completely part of the game.
Hard play yellow card versus something else.
Yep.
Far side for Wenatchee. Centering shots. Goes over Wisen's head. They'll try to collect it on the weak side. And a shot taken by Pierre Vega. But right there is Armando Mendoza for Eastmont. Nice job skying through the air, coming up with the ball.
Yeah, good stick there. That's difficult to hold on to that ball when you're parallel to the ground and you're landing on such basically green-colored asphalt.
Now, Matt, what do you really feel about this turf out here?
Not a fan.
Broadcast tonight brought to you by Chelan Douglas CASA, court-appointed special advocates for children. We need some CASA for the turf here with the descriptions by Mr. Matt Wisen. Need some advocates for Eastmont. Well, you could get a little water out here, I suppose.
Yeah, hose and a sprinkler head would go a long way.
I do see some hoses stretched out front here.
Probably for fire control. It's pretty dry.
Okay, Matt. we now understand how you feel about this field surface here at Wildcat Stadium. Throw in for Eastmont on the far side, looking for the foot of Edgar Leon. Battling over there, and a little shove, and somebody goes down, but let's see. We're going to get a free kick. Nope, just a throw in for Eastmont. So no whistle sounding. There's a little man-on-man game over there in the corner. Eastmont well-suited first half so far. A left kick, and now the ball free out front. Defenders converge, and Wenatchee's able to clear it. Nice job by the Panthers getting some help from Julian Reyes in the back. Now can they convert on the other end? You were talking about the stretch of Eastmont on the attack. Here comes Wisen up the far side looking for help. Crosses over. Nobody there. The goalkeeper went down, and still nobody there. Finally, the Panthers come up with a left-footed shot to the reverse side. Wisen is there. We're going to get a flag across the way. And I think offsides here against Wenatchee. Wow. Opportunity goes awry. First real shot for Wenatchee here in the game.
Yeah, great opportunity there. The transition game is what could get Eastmont in trouble. Like I said, they want to keep the ball down in Wenatchee's attacking or defensive third and really be able to pack numbers in there. But that comes with a cost, and that's energy.
Juan Vargas on throw in here for the Wildcats. And it's niftily taken for a moment by Wenatchee. Panthers come up with it again. Now a chip ahead for Wisen. Sandwich between two players. Gets between the two. An opportunity. Wisen with a right-footed shot. It bounces off of the keeper, but it will stay out of the net. Wisen slow to get up here. That was a great attack through the defenders. Wisen holding his knee. I think he just kind of went down awkwardly after the kick. And again, Armando Mendoza, the last couple of times down the field on the attack for Eastmont, able to make the stop.
Yeah, I mean, Eastmont, these players know. I mean, Tyler is the 03 boys captain, so they're going to bracket him. That's part of their strategy. Bracket him, double, triple team him, or man marker him. And likewise on the other end, Edgar Leon is the 05 boys team captain, and Wenatchee's going to probably end up doing the same.
Looks like Wisen is no worse for the wear here as play resumes. A couple of headers in the Eastmont end. Wildcats get it up forward to Leon, as Matt was just talking about. The ball go out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Eastmont. Our broadcast brought to you by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Enjoy your day at Highlander Golf Course. Reserve your next tee time or plan a party in one of their simulator rooms. You don't have to be a member to dine in style. Give them a call today at the Highlander. Wenatchee again heads up opportunity. Wisen bracketed by 3 players, but just shows the speed as he gets past everybody. Now trying to set himself up. He'll dribble it past, and oh my! Some help from the defense coming back as Mendoza was out of position, but Eastmont doing a fine job of helping out on the play. And now a punt back the other way. Look out, here comes Leon. A one-on-one. The defender falls down. He chips it up in the air, and it's still alive, and then finally dropping back to his hind end, coming up with the ball was Luis Mendoza. How about the action here in this first half? Sometimes you talk about that, Matt, where those opportunities, your eyes are bigger than the goal mouth itself.
Those are the toughest ones to score on. The ones where you're one-on-one with the keeper, it's an open net, whatever. Those sitters are always the toughest, and I would much rather any day have the ball where you have to make a split-second decision and just stick a foot out.
Rather than think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball collected a little something over on the track over there. They're going to take a look at it. Who knows what it got on the ball itself. Looks like it's okay to play. So throw in for Eastmont on the far sideline over by the Wenatchee bench as we are now in the 15th minute of this scoreless contest so far. First meeting of the season between Wenatchee and Eastmont. Both teams coming in at 1-0. Wenatchee having to come from behind to beat Moses Lake on Saturday 2-1. Eastmont having an easier time of it, winning 6-0 over Chelan here at home. Both teams a little ragged here in the early going. Here's a shot again by Wenatchee, by Marcos Bravo. But again, Mendoza's there to gobble that up, no problem. He's got the wind at his back, and that high punt will sail clear across midfield, about, 60 yards or so in the air. Wenatchee doing a better job collecting their defense back and making sure that Eastmont doesn't have an easy go of it. And now we're going to get a flag, and a little push is called against Wenatchee. So a free kick here for Eastmont. And I don't know, Matt, that was
looked like he stepped on the ball.
Unnecessary. Liam Willett whistled for the push.
Yeah, I know word came in from both coaching staffs. Don't let players breathe when they're in the box, and mark them tight. So, yeah, fouls are expected.
So this free kick opportunity will be handled by Victor Andrade. See what the Wildcats are able to do. The chip across, the header. It'll go high and wide of the goal mouth and be a goal kick here for the Panthers. Well, the sun has sunk far enough now so the field is completely in shadows, make it a little easier for everybody to see, including the Wenatchee fans across the way. Pretty good bunch of fans that have come out for this one here. And that maybe should have been a little delay of game, don't you think?
Yeah, that's
got a handball against Eastmont, and then the player who was whistled for the handball, Jesse Sanchez,
you're not supposed to be touching the ball
kick the ball away from where the free kick will come. Panthers' Giovanni Munoz will handle it. He'll put it across on the far side over to the foot of Zumock. And then Eastmont stepping in front. The ball will go out and should be a throw in here for the Wildcats. It will. Throw in. Stopped and then footed by, look like Leon over there. Except it'll be collected by Wenatchee's Luis Mendoza. His punt past midfield will be collected by Eastmont. Nice job of footwork there by Jesse Sanchez. Now a feed ahead. Here's another opportunity for Wenatchee, but a good job by Mendoza to come out of goal and not give that opportunity to Marcos Bravo, who was sprinting in his direction. Leon giving chase on the ball deep into the Wenatchee end, then turned over again, and now here's a shot, but it's well wide off the foot of Edgar Leon. Don't know if you consider that an actual shot on goal necessarily. It was about 10, 15 yards wide to the right. Chip ahead into the Eastmont end. Wildcats trying to clear it here, and then we got shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Bodies go down. No whistle. Wisen is out front as it was centered to him, and then collected and turned aside, but Wenatchee's still on the attack here. As Gavinto Mota, and a left-footed shot here will sail clear wide left, no trouble at all. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Doghouse Motorsports, now featuring the full line of on- and off-road Husqvarna motorcycles. Also by Sangster Motors. The American Challenge is on at Sangster Motors, home of the all-new Yukon SUV. Along with Matt Wisen, Eric Granstrom here. As we bring you soccer tonight, we have racing coming up on Saturday, the Spring Sizzler at Wenatchee Valley's Super Oval. We've had a collision here. We're going to get a whistle late, and this will be a free kick for Eastmont. As two bodies collided, Victor Andrade went up for the header, and he collided with Giovanni Munoz. And according to our head referee, that was a little extracurricular contact by the Panther. And so will be a free kick for Eastmont. There must have been a grab or something I didn't see there, Matt. It just looked like two guys going up for the ball to me. But Leon will collect it and then chip it ahead. Eastmont on the attack once again, but a good job by Wenatchee defensively as they turn it aside. Munoz feeds ahead. There is Mota, and now the goalkeeper comes way out. My goodness, it looked like he was extended a little too far there, Matt.
That was close. Those yellow lines are really hard to see.
Yeah, that's true. Matt was mentioning before the game that he's happy to see that the football lines are slowly disappearing here at Wildcat Stadium. Beautiful move here, and then a chip across, and then kick away, ball loose out in front. It's still live. Eastmont trying to give chase here, but what a job by the Panthers to help out their goalkeeper back there, Luis Mendoza. Frenetic. That's what I would call this pace so far. And you're obviously the soccer guy here in this broadcast. Is it this pace and kind of what we're seeing with this action here early? Is this staged, or is this kind of out of control right now, Matt?
I think it's in control. It's just
Eastmont, as you mentioned, doing what they want. And here's another move by Leon. He's got a 2-on-4. Leon up the right side looking for help, and now we're going to get a whistle. Oh, my.
Well, you're seeing one thing on one side where players are getting bracketed and pulled in their attack.
Right.
And we could have seen some fouls earlier. Christine, the AR, was saying play on, and now the referee pulls it back as a free kick. So we need some consistency going on in the attack. And the refereeing. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult to play this game as a player, not knowing what to expect.
Jesse Sanchez will have the free kick here for Eastmont. Another opportunity for the Wildcats. They've had several in this first half. They kick. The header is touched by a Wenatchee player, and that was Kalen Zumach, who got over there and was able to get ahead on it. It goes out of bounds. Will be a throw-in on the far side for Eastmont. This broadcast brought to you in part by Wenatchee Power Sports, now featuring Polaris, Yamaha, KTM, and Beta sales, parts, and service. Also by August Edge Real Estate, your personal real estate agency with full service offered at just a 2% listing fee. Throw in on the far sideline over by the Wenatchee bench is handled when it came in by Victor Andrade. Andrade trying to manipulate the defense, but Wenatchee's defense is there as the fence comes through and stops it and reverses it. And now Eastmont with another opportunity on the far side. Ball ricochets off of a Panther and will sail clear over by the junior varsity field here at Wildcat Stadium, where a fan will help extract it and bring it back.
But one thing I do want to say that is nice about this game so far, even though there's lots of tugging and pulling and some fouling going on, whether they're being called or not, players aren't diving like they have in the past, and it's been a pretty sportsmanship-like game in that way.
They call him Freddie. He's on the roster as Alfredo Gonzalez. He comes in as a replacement here for Eastmont, wearing number 6 on his back. In the throw-in comes in and is touched by Diego Saldivar. crosses the field with it. Wenatchee there, though. And let's see, will it get out of bounds? I don't know, that spin on it. It was touched, I think, last by Wenatchee. Should be a throw-in for Eastmont. Yes, it is. Throw-in will be handled by Angel Cidio. Throws it in down in the corner where two men defend against Alfredo Gonzalez. And this ball will go out of bounds. This time will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. Eastmont fans below don't like that, nor does Vidal Hurtado, the head coach for the Wildcats. Throw-in is checked and quickly directed out of bounds by Jesse Sanchez. Another throw-in for the Panthers. And that was touched by Eastmont, goes out of bounds again, so they'll get 15 yards further up the field. And now we're going to get a trip and a push on Eastmont and a free kick as well for Wenatchee, as the Panthers' Julian Reyes was trying to come up with that ball on a throw-in. Well, it's been crowded opportunities for Eastmont, I'd say, and breakaway opportunities for Wenatchee in this first half so far.
Yeah, definitely. It's a rather intriguing game. We'll see if Eastmont keeps pressing.
Ocampo with the free kick, headed out of bounds by Eastmont's Javier Fuentes. So a throw-in deep in Eastmont's end for Wenatchee. And whom will they have take care of it? It will be Marcos Bravo. Bravo with the throw-in. Wisen tried the header. A little bit too tall for him. Will be redirected past midfield. Then headed there by Wenatchee, and then they'll lose control. It'll go out of bounds. So Leon will quickly hand it off to a teammate, or will he throw it in? He will throw it in. And redirected there by Angel Cidio. It'll come back to Leon. Leon, little chip shot. And what do we have here? Handball called by the official on Eastmont, so it'll go to Wenatchee on a free kick. Liam Willett will put the left foot to it. Cross it on the far side over there to Reyes. And they were looking for Wisen dumping it ahead. And another opportunity, Wisen again. And we're going to get, offsides?
Called a foul on him.
Oh, they did. They called a foul on Wenatchee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So a little free-hand push by Mr. Wisen over there, possible?
Is quite a ways away. I don't know what, maybe shoulder
Could
somehow.
Be. Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle up here. Free kick for Eastmont, nonetheless, as they'll cross-field it over to Romero. Romero loses the footing on it, and then it's collected by Bravo. Bravo with the center, but a left-footed shot goes awry for Wenatchee's Julian Reyes, and will be a goal kick here for Eastmont. Everybody taking a collective suck of breath to collect themselves. 27th minute in a scoreless first half so far. Appreciate you joining us on the NCWLIFE Channel. Brisk evening here at Eastmont High School. Wind is dying somewhat, but boy, you can certainly still feel winter nip in the air.
Yeah, it's about time winter takes a little vacation.
Yeah, I like it to go. Matt and I were talking before the game about all the winds we've had. It seems every spring now. We don't go without wind in the spring anymore, it seems. And it's every single day, it seems.
Yeah, it's...
We wanted to live in Ellensburg, we'd live in Ellensburg.
Exactly.
Eastmont trying to collect the ball at midfield. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get to this one as giving chase with Sanchez. He will not. Our broadcast brought to you by Jeffers, Danielson, Son, and Aylward attorneys serving in the Wenatchee Valley with the finest professional services since 1946. Throw in far side for the Panthers. Kalen Zumach will take care of it in front of the Wenatchee bench with arms folded over there. Dennis Tronson purveying the scene in front of him. Throw-in comes in to Reyes. Back it goes to Lopez. Lopez on the far side is marked over there by a Wildcat. In fact, a couple of Wildcats will surround him and then come up with the ball as Andrade does. He'll feed it ahead. Nice job of footwork there as they dribble through midfield. Leon back to Ramos. Ramos with the right foot, but he kind of slipped as he did so. And, boy, I thought that could have been a handball possibly against Ramos, but no whistle. Play on. Wenatchee collects the ball at midfield as Munoz has it. Left foot rifles in and right into the breadbasket of Mendoza. Have a Panther slow to get up on the play as Julian Reyes will adjust his socks and his senses.
Yeah, I think he got tripped by the turf snake over there.
We've seen a couple of those. I think Luis Romero was a victim of the turf as well moments ago on that turnover. So here we go with the goal kick for Eastmont. I think that's an errant punt there by the Wildcat keeper Mendoza as it sails out of bounds over on the Eastmont side.
It is nice to see a count up clock tonight.
Yes.
It's the first one in quite a while we've had.
It keeps me from doing any math. That's always a good thing.
Oh, me too.
Near side throw in for Wenatchee by Marcos Bravo. Bravo will collect it on the throw in from Liam Willett. Apologies. Stolen away here by Wenatchee as Vega got a foot to it. Battle near side. Here's a shot well wide of the net by Pierre Vega. Not seeing Wenatchee do a lot of triangulation here with a little pass back to get some freedom.
I was just going to write that down in my notes there. They just need to kind of settle down a little bit.
I'm seeing the correct thing then.
You are.
I've watched enough soccer and spent enough time alongside you, Matt. I'm finally figuring it out.
I can retire now.
No. Nope. X's and O's are your job, my friend. Wenatchee back there is Tanner Stitt, who checked in after a timeout. Now a feed across. Giving sprint is Lopez. He's collected defensively over there, and a nice job by Kai Pefferman, who will let that ball go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Wenatchee on the far side. Not many real shots on goal here for the Panthers in this first half of play, but we're scoreless as we are late in the first half. Couple of headers. Wenatchee trying to direct traffic, but instead it'll be picked up by Leon. And then a header on the Eastmont side of midfield by Wenatchee, or on the Wenatchee side of midfield, I should say. Coming up with it now is Diego Vasquez. And ahead, but it'll trickle into the box and be an easy opportunity for Luis Mendoza. Mendoza with that punt into what's left of our breeze here tonight. Makes it a little difficult, but now a push from behind by Wenatchee. Eastmont player is going to be slow to get up, and Nicholas Lopez. Was that enough to warrant a yellow card, Matt? I see our head referee heading that direction. Reaches in his pocket, and yes, it will be a yellow card against Nicholas Lopez on the push over there.
A little out of character for the game with the fouls. I mean, there have been some fouls, some grabs and stuff like that, but nothing very aggressive, and that was just bringing the game back to where it should be at.
Javier Fuentes will take care of the free kick for Eastmont. Head towards midfield with it, where it is picked up on the right foot of Sidio. Sidio ahead, and another whistle. We get a handball.
Yeah, I think so. The ball's bouncing around down in there.
Yeah, it is.
One thing as a defender, you really got to learn when that ball's really bouncy is just to keep those arms in tight to your body.
Free kick again for Eastmont in the Wenatchee end. Jesse Sanchez will do the honors as he lines it up, lets his rest of his teammates get about 15 yards outside of the goal mouth. The chip ahead and a header touched by Eastmont, and right there, nice job for Wenatchee by Mendoza again, not giving the Wildcats that opportunity right on the doorstep. Wenatchee on the press this time around. Ball stolen away, however, at midfield. Eastmont's midfielders have done well here in this one. And turning the ball back the other way. This time it's going to go out of bounds, though, off the foot of Victor Andrade, and it will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Laura Mounter Real Estate, rated world's best real estate firm for the Wenatchee Valley in 2020. Also by One Way Construction, a premier custom home builder and general contractor in north central Washington. One Way Construction, your project, your way. Throw in on the far side for Wenatchee will go out of bounds off of the Panthers, as Reyes had it go off of him out of bounds. And now throw in for Eastmont. Waiting for the ball. I thought the defense was going to get in front of it there, but Eastmont still with the press. And I think we're going to get a corner kick here for the Wildcats. As giving chase down there was Edgar Leon. It will be a corner kick for Eastmont. This will be the first time from this corner, I believe. Had a couple from the far side. And lining it up again for the Wildcats will be Jesse Sanchez. Sanchez with the boot, trying to go backside with it. The header is there, but so too is Wenatchee, as Mota got a foot to it. Now Tyler Wisen tries to collect it to midfield, but as he tried to swing the leg forward and find his teammate Julian Reyes, it'll sail out of bounds and be a throw-in for Eastmont. We talked about so many red jerseys on the press and that opportunity for a breakaway the other direction. Wenatchee just seems to be that close from getting that accomplished, Matt.
Yeah, they're very close there. They just need to kind of work through the thirds a little bit better, a little quicker through the middle. And if they're going to, they need to recognize that if Tyler is bracketed or he's drawing defenders and he's receiving the ball to his feet, he needs to hold that ball up. But Wenatchee's got to give him options at that point. Expecting him to turn and make a pass through is really difficult when you got 2-3 people on your back. So he's got to play off of those players, create space and play off. But we just need Wenatchee to recognize that and make themselves available.
Here's Leon again, trying to center it. Wenatchee, though, does a good job of fronting the man who is down in the vicinity of maybe an offensive opportunity, Diego Saldivar. Wenatchee on the turn. Tyler Wisen gives chase, but the goalkeeper for Eastmont, Armando Mendoza, will come out and collect this one and not allow anybody to breathe closely on what's happening in the offensive end here for the Wildcats. That looked like a handball to me at midfield. No whistle. Panthers on the attack. Bravo, left-footed connection. It will be stopping down in the corner. Who's going to get it? It's going to go out of bounds. Be a throw-in for Eastmont. Pretty good job of defense there by Luis Romero for the Wildcats. He will do the throw-in here. Throws it to a Panther. And now an opportunity for Wenatchee. Except the pass there, errant. Now feeding Wisen in the middle. They'll go outside with it to Stitt, and Stitt can't collect it, and so it'll be a throw-in for Eastmont. I mentioned racing coming up Saturday at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval, their opening race of the season. And actually going to be able to have fans in the stands on Saturday night at WVSO. Another opportunity for Wenatchee on the offensive end here. Ball loose out front, and then finally coming up and sliding out and corralling that ball in his breadbasket was Mendoza. Another opportunity for Wenatchee just goes awry here. Panthers redirect the ball at midfield as Chirinos is able to do that, and now a whistle, and now a tumbling Panther hits the deck, as that was Luis Mendoza. We've had one yellow card so far in this one, and is our official handing another one out? He is, on a little rough play across the way. And that yellow card, after Nicholas Lopez collected one for Wenatchee a few moments ago. This one will be on Victor Andrade. Third yellow card of the game, one for apparent jewelry. And now this ball touched dangerously as the goalkeeper comes out on the free kick. No damage done so far, though. Wenatchee still on the attack here, as they'll again center it in the back of the goal. It goes, and a goal for Wenatchee as it was off the right foot of Julian Reyes. I don't know if anybody touched it right in front of the goal mouth, but it just sailed over the head of Mendoz into the back corner of the net, and it's 1-0 Panthers.
Beautiful shot. Just could not. Armando, I mean, as long as his arms are, just could not reach that top corner, and that was fantastic shot. A little opportunistic from that angle, but it worked.
So Julian Reyes with the first tally of our contest here in the closing moments, in fact, stoppage time in our first half. So we'll say officially the 38th minute of the first half. 1-0 Panthers. Well, you just kind of had that feeling as Wisen on the attack on the far sideline. The ball will go out of bounds off of Eastmont, be a throw-in for the Panthers here. It just seemed that Wenatchee was going to cash in on one of those opportunities, and they certainly did right there. And, Matt, I certainly won't pretend to know the first thing about, and Wisen right there on the doorstep again as Eastmont turning the ball over and just not really sure of foot right now. And another opportunity for the Panthers. Eastmont will finally clear it, but I won't say I know the first thing about being a goalkeeper, Matt, but it seems that Eastmont's goalkeeper, Armando Mendoz, has been extended a little bit too far here in this first half.
He got a little rattled there, and now I think he's kind of a little unsure of himself.
And that's going to be our first half of play, with Wenatchee scoring right before the end of the half on a goal by Julian Reyes, and that is our first half. We'll take a break and come back here at halftime where Wenatchee leads Eastmont 1-0, and what a scintillating first half of play. We'll come back and talk about it next here. You're watching live soccer on the NCWLIFE Channel.
To achieve greatness once, it's not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Introducing the next all-electric super truck. The revolutionary GMC Hummer EV SUV. Reserve one now while they last.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter real estate agent show you the difference.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Welcome back once again. We're at halftime here at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee, where the Wenatchee Panthers lead the Eastmont Wildcats by a score of 1-0. Along with Matt Wisen, Eric Granstrom with you here on the NCWLIFE Channel. That one goal came right before the end of the half. We'll say the 39th minute by Julian Reyes on a shot from the right side about 25 yards out. Sailed over the head of the goalkeeper, Armando Mendoz. Found the back corner of the net, and that was our only tally. But Matt Wisen, not for a lack of trying and opportunities on both sides. I guess you could say it was a tale of two halves in that first half. First, it seemed like Eastmont continually on the tack. The ball in the Wenatchee end, one opportunity after another, but nothing really organized per se. And then Wenatchee being able to stretch it and get opportunities on the other end seemed like they were more on the attack in the second half of that first half.
Yeah, I agree. Eastmont, their press kind of backed off a little bit for a while. They kind of had, like you were saying, a frenetic pace. I think that's more their style, where they really want to get that ball in and just kick it around and hope they can get numbers and create opportunities that way. Create some chaos in front of the goal and hope to get a foot on it. Wenatchee's kind of helped them out a little bit. And one of my keys for Wenatchee, one of the things I'm telling my team if I'm Coach Stronson in the half is, we can't mess with the ball so much in the back anymore. We're too slow getting that ball out of the back. So get it out of the back, find a midfielder quickly, or hit the relief valve and just kick it as far as you can downfield and let one of your forwards try and get on it and hold it up for the rest of your team to catch. So I'm telling them that about slow, and then also keeping my forwards a little more connected. They're both kind of on islands when they get the ball up there on the top. Operating relatively independently, waiting for the rest of their team or somebody to play off of, and so they're not really connecting very much once it gets up there. They've had a couple breakaway opportunities, almost breakaway opportunities, and I think I'm going to keep with that, but just keep my forwards a little more connected. Eastmont, keep your composure, keep working, keep pressing, find the energy to keep pressing, force Wenatchee into that confusion, that a little bit of hopefully you can lose the ball somewhere and get a foot in on it and hope for a lucky bounce to find your goal. And then once we're tied up, anything can happen.
Well, it's one thing I've heard you talk about over and over is that you don't want that ball to have anything more than one bounce when it comes in front of the goal. And we've had on both sides, that ball's been bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, it's taken some fortunate and some not so unfortunate or not so fortunate bounces. And yeah, I mean, if you're attacking, you want that ball just going wherever in front of the goal and hope you can get numbers and a foot on it. Otherwise, if you're a goal, just don't waste monkey around with it back there. Gather it up or kick it out.
We were down on the track prior to the game here tonight, and I overheard Hurtado talking with his club about playing 80 minutes of soccer. You got to play 80 minutes of soccer. And it seemed that there was a couple of minutes there towards the end of the half where Eastmont kind of let up a little bit and that allowed Wenatchee to jump on it and score that goal.
Yeah, I think Eastmont's thinking they're very fortunate that whistle blew when it did. Wenatchee was kind of smelling some blood in the water, kind of sensing some weakness there with Eastmont, some tiredness or whatever, and maybe some lack of confidence in the defense, which we hadn't really seen until the last couple minutes of the first half.
So it's a 1-0 game so far. Wenatchee on top. Wenatchee looking to continue their winning streak that goes back to 2019. The last time these two teams met was in the spring of 2019, where Wenatchee won both of those meetings 2-0 and 1-0 in overtime. Last win for Eastmont came back on April 20th of 2018 against the Panthers. That was a 4-2 win. Boy, that was a frenetic pace in that first half, and we're expecting another wild second half as we continue here at Wildcat Stadium. Thanks for joining us tonight on the NCWLIFE Channel. Wenatchee 1, Eastmont 0. Another 40 minutes, maybe more, coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We'll be right back.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we had gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
During the Les Schwab Spring Tire Sale, save up to $200 when you bundle select tires, wheels, and brakes. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
And welcome back. They just kicked off the second half along with Matt Wisen and Eric Granstrom here on the NCWLIFE Channel, where the Wenatchee Panthers lead the Eastmont Wildcats by a score of 1-0. Thanks for tuning in. The only goal so far right before half, and that was by Julian Reyes of Wenatchee in the 39th minute of that first half. We got a collision on the far sideline over there. Looks like everybody's going to be okay about this, and it will be an Eastmont throw-in as Eastmont here in the second half, or no, a free kick for Eastmont. Wildcats will go from right to left as we look at it here at Wildcat Stadium, trying to erase a deficit right now, and feed across on the other side, a little bit too tall for the teammates of Jesse Sanchez, so it'll be a throw-in for Wenatchee. Our broadcast tonight brought to you in part by Global Car Care. Your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty pickup and drop-off available too. Stop by their website at globalcarcare.net. Decent crowd on hand with restrictions because of COVID here at Wildcat Stadium. A little give and go, and here's Leon with a
shot from about 25 yards out. It bounces off of a Panther. Wenatchee trying to keep it in bounds, but it will go out of bounds and be a throw-in for Eastmont in Wenatchee end. Victor Andrade will await. He's out there along with Edgar Leon for Eastmont. Also on the offensive end, Alfredo Gonzalez and Diego Saldivar. Also out there for the Wildcats, Diego Vasquez. Throw in for Wenatchee. Intercepted by Eastmont by Kai Pefferman, who's out there. See if we can get you several of the Wenatchee players who are out there right now. Panthers have Luis Reyes, also Marcos Bravo. As the throw-in will be handled by Eastmont. It'll skip past everybody but a Panther, who will redirect it out towards midfield. That's where Tyler Wisen will defend, as the ball was off the foot of Jesse Sanchez. Eastmont will retreat and cross it over to Luis Romero on the far side. Giving chase of him was Marcos Bravo for Wenatchee. Panthers getting a goal just before half. Lead it 1-0 in this first of two meetings in a shortened 11-game season for the high schools here in North Central Washington, who won't play their typical Big Nine opponents. If you're Wenatchee or Eastmont, they'll play each other and play Moses Lake a couple of times. Other than that, the series or the season will be made up of games against smaller schools such as the Caribou Trail League or in some cases the CWAC with the Afraid Tigers.
You know, Walook and Royal got some pretty interesting opponents this year.
What are you seeing here in the early going of this second half, Matt?
Well, nothing dramatically different from what we saw in the first half, really. Trying to figure out what changes they made, if any. A lot of back and forth right now, and maybe just some nerves trying to settle down again.
Trying to implement whatever their coaches may have instructed at halftime. Throw in for Eastmont in the Wenatchee end. They'll back it up to Pefferman. Pefferman ahead, but the ball stolen away by Wenatchee, but then Pefferman right there again with a right foot at midfield. Picked up this time by Wenatchee's Marcos Bravo. Bravo ahead, and this shot from 25 yards out sails high and well over the crossbar.
Yeah, I think that was a little forced. I think we really need to settle down, not force that shot, an off-balance one late. Either pass the ball and go into space or wait for some more players to show up.
And you'll have to forgive my analyst here if he uses the pronoun of we instead of they in reference to Wenatchee High School.
It's so hard. Well, Wenatchee High School, but it's so hard. Like I said, there's players on both these teams that I've coached and I've been around since they've been in grade school. And,
so the we he refers to is referencing kids that he knows very well, including his own son who's out there right now handling the ball. So you're forgiven, Matt. Don't worry about it. I just know how fans can be for either side.
Oh, yeah. It's hard. I definitely slip into that weave.
You show any leanings anyway. And
I try and remain as
neutral as possible. Here's a turnover for Eastmont in the Wenatchee end, but it will go for naught for the time being anyway, as Diego Saldivar had an opportunity, but Wenatchee doing a good job of getting a foot to it and getting the ball reversed in direction. Some nifty footwork there for Wenatchee by Julian Reyes at midfield. Bravo comes up with it. Now a little give and go, but right there for Eastmont is Luis Romero. Now they turn the tide. A chip ahead. Leon looking across with a heads up. Stop of the ball, and then he'll center it, but nobody there but a white jersey, and the Panthers turn it aside. Now Leon comes up with it again. It will go off of whom? Across the end line. They're going to say it's a goal kick here for Wenatchee.
Yeah, that was just a really good, well-performed slide tackle right there to knock that ball off the shins of Mr. Gonzalez.
Pierre Vega with that slide tackle for Wenatchee, wearing number 8 on his back. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning services and installation since 1982. Serving residential and commercial, they specialize in indoor air quality. Wenatchee attempting to press. Marcos Bravo deflected there, and the ball will head back towards midfield and go out of bounds. Throw in for the Panthers is Kalen Zumach will take care of it. Right in front of Vidal Hurtado, the head coach for Eastmont. One thing's for sure, Matt, it should be said as well. I mean, you talked about how maybe 60, 70% of these players play on the same club teams together. There's a lot of talent on this field for both sides.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Some of these players are the best at their position in the state, if not the whole coast to the West Coast. Both teams, the 05 Oyston team just won their league, now qualified and will be going playing nationals this summer. The 03 team finished second in league, and again, very competitive. Both teams have been coached by some of the best coaches. Neil Oyston is probably one of the best game day coaches on the whole West Coast at any age.
Wisen with a feed across in a center, and Eastmont there to defend. I think we'll get a corner kick for Wenatchee. Trying to find Moda. Gavino Moda got the deflection on Saturday, and Wenatchee's first goal in the second half to come from behind and beat Moses Lake 2-1. Ball goes clear over in the corner on the track, so Panthers will have to retract it before they can do the corner kick. We'll see if I can get a number on the youngster doing that. That will be Julian Reyes on the corner kick here for Wenatchee. Boy, there's a cluster of players right in front of the goal. And the corner kick across, headed by Wildcat. And Eastmont doing a good job of defending there and has some nice footwork. Ball go out of bounds off of Eastmont, but some nifty footwork there by Alfredo Gonzalez.
Yeah, and back to these coaches and what a couple of the coaches were alluding to. So they got a lot of club players coming in, but in high school you never have the same team coming in and out. So they've got a really challenging job, really, to take half their team that's a club, half their team that's not, trying to get them to mesh, find chemistry, get them to play under the same system. It's not an easy task.
Well, we talked to Dennis Stronson before the game tonight about what he had 3 new players starting tonight. Mm-hmm. He lost Mauricio Ramos to an arm injury, maybe get him back next week, but that happened in the Moses Lake game. So, yeah, you talk about the challenge of those mix of players, but then you got, guys that need to step up, some freshmen, sophomore that haven't had a lot of playing time too.
Yeah, and you're only seeing, especially early on, you're only seeing these players a few days in maybe one competition until you can maybe make a decision to bring them up or not, and it's not easy.
Wenatchee offense kind of breaks down on the far side. The Panthers will retract, though, and come up with the ball. Now crossing the field. A nice kick ahead to Pierre Vega. Vega defended down there by Pefferman. Got by Pefferman, now still alive, now centers it, and a push from behind, and a foul going to be called against Eastmont right on the doorstep. Big opportunity coming up for Wenatchee. Eastmont arguing with the official about the call, but that was absolute contact made.
Well, I think they should be hoping or thinking the Lucky Stars he didn't call a penalty on that. That was inches from being in the box if it wasn't already, so be pretty happy that they got off on that one.
So a free kick here for the Panthers, and who will do it? Giovanni Munoz was lining up. Nope, it won't be Munoz. It will be Bravo, I believe. Marcos Bravo. Eastmont, meanwhile, lined up with the wall there. I don't think they're 10 yards off, are they? Not quite.
No, they're 9. I'd ask it to mark it off.
And the kick will sail wide to the right, and so Eastmont will breathe a sigh of relief as the game remains at 1-0 in favor of the Panthers.
That is one good thing the football lines are for when it comes to
lining up the
football is lining up the 10 yards.
Yeah.
Eastmont, again Leon, and no official says play on. And now we've got a tug and a pull, and down goes a Wenatchee Panther, and this time it'll be a free kick for Wenatchee.
Yeah, I think that player got lucky. That wasn't a second yellow right there. That was close to unsportsmanlike.
Yellow cards per side here. Victor Andrade has collected one for Eastmont, and Matt, that's who Matt was referring to there. A yellow card also issued to Nicholas Lopez for Wenatchee in that first half. And both coaches talked in our pregame show about how physical this game probably would be, and it certainly has lived up to that here in the 53 minutes so far of this contest. Our broadcast brought to you by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. Also by Earthwise Pet. If your pet had a choice, they'd choose Earthwise. Throw-in comes to Wisen. Wisen checked by a couple of Wildcats. Ball rejected, and then comes back to the foot of Munoz, and he'll sail this one high above the crossbar. No danger there. Our broadcast also brought to you by Stevens Home Group, your local expert real estate advisors. Find them on Facebook at Stevens Home Group. Appreciate them coming on latter part of our first season. This is officially considered season 2, which is spring, and then season 3 will be winter. That'll be more towards summer, if that makes any sense.
Clear as mud.
Which will be our indoor sports about the time that it's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Well, there are outdoor courts in Wenatchee. We can play some basketball outside.
Yeah, I was wondering about the whole wrestling thing, if that's going to happen or not, and if they're going to bring the mats outside and have them wrestle outside. Little whistle here on a shove by Wenatchee, so it'll be a free kick for Eastmont. And stepping right in front, a great play there by Moda. And they try to feed back to Moda and reward him for the interception. And Eastmont going to let that ball go out of bounds, and I think it'll be a goal kick. It will for the Wildcats. You hear both coaches on either side hollering out instructions to their players out on the turf here at Wildcat Stadium. Scoreless second half so far, as we are now 50 in the 55th minute of this second half. Turning the ball the other way is Romero. It goes out towards midfield, and that's where Wenatchee will try to intercede. And the ball will go off of Eastmont out of bounds. So a throw in for Wenatchee by Kalen Zumach. Zumach in front of the Eastmont bench, looking for some availabilities. And
that looked like a handball right there.
That looked like a handball before it was out of bounds by Eastmont. They're going to give the throw in to the Wildcats. There's been some interesting non-calls here in this game so far. They're letting the two teams play quite a bit. Far side for the Wildcats. But actually doing a better job in the midfield here, Matt, in the second half of not letting Eastmont get that ball into the Wenatchee end very much here.
Yeah, Eastmont definitely owned the midfield in the first half, and Wenatchee's trying to get a little more control of that and keep them a little more honest instead of just packing numbers in.
Well, speaking of which, Eastmont with an opportunity, but errant pass there from Diego Saldivar and picked up by Wenatchee. Panthers in midfield as Giovanni Munoz will send it ahead. Now a cross. Bodies collide. And Vega with it in the corner. Picked up over there defensively by Pefferman. He'll back it out. And still keeping it alive are the Panthers here. But a good job of defending by Eastmont. And Eastmont will just dump it in to the Wenatchee end. Victor Andrade, I guess that's about as good as clearing it out of bounds, Matt, sending it clear down to the other end of the field.
I think he called a foul. He's going to bring it back, and he was letting it go. There's a little tugging from Wenatchee and holding back the play. So as soon as Eastmont lost the ball, he brought the ball back here.
Okay, so free kick for the Wildcats. Javier Fuentes will take care of that as he'll find Pefferman along the near sideline. Prefferman will redirect it, but right to a Panther. This hasn't been the crispest game in the world, and I guess you kind of expect that. They've only been practicing, 5-6 days, and second game into the season. Here's a shot by Wenatchee from about 25 yards out by Mota, and right there is Mendoz for Eastmont. Ball be a throw-in for the Wildcats. They'll get it into a little push and shove again. Zaldivar is there, and now we're going to get a little extracurricular according to the official on Wenatchee. So it will be a free kick for Eastmont, and opportunity biggest probably of the second half so far, as the Wildcats will have it from about 25 yards out, and it will be Jesse Sanchez.
Yeah, it's a really dangerous position right now for to defend. Very good opportunity to put that ball across the front of the goal.
Sanchez with the kick. Goes far post. Header is there, and a flag is up. They're going to say offsides on Eastmont. So explain that, Matt, when you got a free kick like that, and how that offsides occurs.
So if you're in front of the second, we'll call the last defender as the goalie.
Okay.
Second to the last defender, and if you're in front of that player or ahead of that player before the ball's kicked, you're in an offside position.
Okay, so meaning you're ahead of him in as far as towards the goal.
Towards the goal, correct.
Okay, gotcha. And that was definitely the case right there. Here's a feed ahead, and out comes Mendoz, and that was a good idea because scoring him up was Marcos Bravo. The junior forward had an eye on maybe the second goal of the night for the Panthers.
Yeah, the defenders for Eastmont are doing a really good job of tying up the attackers, the forwards, Marcos, Tyler, really getting in on them, trying to and grabbing and pulling them just enough to hold them back to keep them from breaking away. And
sometimes that's all it takes is just to take them off balance, so they just can't get a clean foot to the ball. Chip ahead on the far side for Eastmont as Angel Cidio over there doing work. Gives it up to Leon. Edgar Leon, beneficiary of a couple of goals in a 6-0 win over Chelan on Saturday, but Eastmont having a hard time finding the back of the net here so far against Wenatchee in this one. Panthers with a throw-in on the far side. Looking ahead for Wisen. Tyler giving chase. Well defended down there for Wenatchee by Fuentes. Headed out to midfield. And now a turnover. But, again, Wenatchee doing a better job, I'd say, about having bodies back, Matt. They seem to be in good position. Anytime Eastmont might have that opportunity, they got three guys back there.
Yeah, much better job of defending that midfield, not giving Eastmont an easy possession and a pass going forward.
Goal kick here for the Wildcats. Our broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Also brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. Whistle in the Wenatchee end, or in the Eastmont end, excuse me. And it will be free kick here for the Wildcats. And Armando Mendoz will take care of it for the Wildcats. Across midfield where it finds a Panther foot, but we got a push, I think, and this will be a free kick for Wenatchee at midfield. As going down hard was Julian Reyes, who is the only one to tally here so far in this game for either side. Our second half quickly winding away here as we're now in the 61st minute. Well, Matt, I asked you before the game if this might be a high-scoring affair or a 1-0 affair, and you're right on the 1-0 so far.
So far, but then I think I covered all three bases,
Yeah, you
so
did.
I'll be right
You
at the end of the game as well.
That was a nice politician answer, by the way. I appreciate that. Throw-in comes in, and I think trying to get himself a handball on Julian Reyes. So it will be Eastmont with a free kick. First, 20 minutes of this game, Eastmont, as we talked about, that frenetic pace. I mean, the ball seemed to be in Wenatchee's end for that first 20 minutes of the first half. Really not a lot since, Matt.
No, Eastmont has yet to get that ball really and push it into Wenatchee's end.
Here's a turnover. Wisen with a chip ahead, and the goal off the side. Just a little bit wide to the left by Marcos Bravo, as coming out was Armando Mendoza for Eastmont. And, well, he did a good job of lining himself up with the edge of the goal, but he just
a touch offside in that play, but that looked really good. It was a good run. Starting to get some chemistry between Mr. Bravo and Mr. Wisen there, and a little quicker play. Eastmont looking a little more tired in the back. Those runs down the side and having people trying to tie up some players in the middle really causes a lot of energy.
Wisen with the quick, and we will. Two Wildcats are there. Wisen collects it loose, though, and the Wildcats are able to defend. What a play defensively, as it looked like it was going to be a 2-0 lead for Wenatchee. Much to the applause here of the fans below us on the Eastmont side of Wildcat Stadium. My, oh, my. Goalkeeper comes out, and then two of Eastmont's defenders go back into the mouth of the goal and are somehow able to deflect that ball and get it out of there. How, I'm not quite sure. Another opportunity for Wenatchee, and no handball there. Pefferman will just get it out of Eastmont's end, and it will go all the way back in for the keeper, who was challenged back there by Eastmont. Andrade will intercept it. Little two-man game here. Eastmont on the attack is Saldivar. No. Good job by Wenatchee to get back defensively. It looked like Eastmont had the numbers for a moment, but the Panthers get back and help out on their goalkeeper, Luis Mendoza. Reverted by Romero. Far side it goes. A chip ahead, little three-man game. And I thought they were going to let it play on, but no, the official blows his whistle on a play by Luis Romero over there. And I think they're going to say that he got a little more body than ball, and so a free kick for Wenatchee. This will come about 30 yards out from the goal. Haven't had any substitutions, I don't think, in the second half.
It's been a pretty fast second half.
Yeah, it has. Chip ahead, and ooh, my, oh my. Right there was Mendoza. He did have a player right in front of him in Bravo. Now Leon. Ball just a little bit beyond the reach of his teammates. And now a grab and a pull, but no whistle, as the ball was loose and picked up by Adrian Cabrera, who's in there for Eastmont. It'll go out of bounds and be a throw-in for the Wildcats. Across it goes to Vasquez. On the far side. Chip ahead there looking for Andrade. Leon. Marked over there by Willett. And it will go out of bounds and be a corner kick for Eastmont. Wildcats trail it 1-0 here in the 66th minute. You go back to basically 2 years ago, 23 months ago, last time these two teams met in the spring of 2019. Eastmont shut out in both of those meetings, hoping to turn the table right here on the corner kick. Across it comes, and oh my, Leon had it come right to his foot, right about 10 yards out, and he just booted it errantly out of bounds.
Yeah, overtime game, late goal, ball comes down the side, the right side, ball across the middle, I believe a header for the game winner. Last time these teams saw each other.
Yep, overtime win for Wenatchee. It was double overtime, I want to say. They didn't have it was a golden goal second overtime, I think, yeah. course, we've certainly seen the shootouts between these two in the past. Back in 2018, on March 27th, Eastmont won a shootout 4-3 over Wenatchee. It was the last time that Eastmont was able to take two in a season against the Panthers.
Good run, good ball. And is that
Ball saved in bounds momentarily for Eastmont by Adrian Cabrera, but Pierre Vega doing a nifty job of footwork for the Wenatchee Panthers, and he will have the throw in here along the near sideline. Coming up afterwards, we will ask the coaches to send us a player, and a header there by Tyler Wisen kind of went off the backside of his head and allowed Eastmont's goalkeeper to clear it out, but it's still in the Eastmont end. And again, Pierre Vega will try to do his work. Crosses over, but ball kicked away by Eastmont. Now over to the far side it goes as Chirinos is over there. He's picked up defensively, and Wildcats are able to turn it aside. Chirinos again will collect it. A little give and go between he and Bravo. But right there to defend is Luis Romero. And his attempt to kick it for Zaldivar, a little bit too long. Eastmont's doing a decent job, singularly, I guess you could say, on the defensive end here, but they don't really seem in a lot of formation. Now Wisen again with the steal on the approach. He centers it, and the left foot is just a little bit too high. Off the foot of Julian Reyes, looking for his second tally of the night, and he comes up a little gimpy after the play.
Yeah, good job getting the corner and getting that ball across. Julian, I think, looks like he might be cramping up a little bit. He's been putting in a lot of time there in the second half and has really helped control that middle of the field. He and Pierre have really done a good job.
Couple of cramps for either side here. They try to work out the calf muscles. We'll get a substitution here for Wenatchee as into the game for the Panthers comes number 7. That's Nicholas Lopez. Panthers, meanwhile, gathering up around their goalkeeper, Luis Mendoza, talking about what they want to try to accomplish here over the final 10 minutes or 20 minutes, 10 minutes or so of this match. We'll have definitely some stoppage time here. Our injury timeout, if you will, brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities.
If you're Wenatchee or Eastmont, you're definitely trying to get some water to your players right now. They've been going hard without much stoppage, and you see some cramping going on now, and just get some fluids back in them.
The pace you couldn't keep that pace up that we had in the first half of this contest here tonight, but it still has been up and down the field, that's for sure. I was talking with Vidal Hurtado, Eastmont's coach, before the game. I asked him, so how is the stamina? How's the team so far? And he says, well, there's still some work to be done there. You know, you can only do so much and encourage them so much to take care of their needs physically in the off season. When the off season is 23 months, it's kind of hard to do.
It was such a challenge keeping these players motivated, keeping them conditioned when they didn't know when at least club games were going to start, if they were going to start. Coming off your COVID diet. And,
yeah.
It was just, and then just all the unknowns and everything like that. And then all of a sudden you get the go ahead. Some of these guys get to play some club games.
Physical play there by Chirinos. Out in front he comes, and the left foot sends it a little bit too high from Nicholas Lopez.
And then we get the schedule, and then they got 5 days to get this team together.
By the way, ready, set, go.
Which is almost insanity. I just really 5 days to get in game shape is not in anybody's best interest.
Right.
I mean, they're playing the game, which is great. I just really hope that these players can stay healthy now. We saw the girls' team really at almost every team we saw this season.
Especially Cascade.
Struggle massively with injuries.
Chip ahead. It will sail over the head of a teammate for Wenatchee and go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick here for Eastmont. Second of several soccer matches to be broadcast here on the NCWLIFE Channel coming up this spring. Turnover for Eastmont and another opportunity for the Panthers. And this will glance off of a Eastmont defender and head out of bounds. Should be a corner kick, I believe, for Wenatchee. It will be. The attempt, was that Tyler or was it?
That was, Tyler
Stitt?
drew a couple defenders out. There was a brilliant pass in. I didn't see who took the shot.
I think it was Stitt that took the shot. Corner kick here for the Panthers. Left foot from the right corner and on the back porch right there for the goal is Wenatchee. As coming up with it is Pierre Vega.
Yeah, just a little bit of a toe to that ball. Tyler got a little toe on that ball and it skipped past right into Pierre. And Eastmont was so focused on that front corner and nobody on the back end. Good job that was a well-designed play by Wenatchee and great finish by Pierre. I said those open nets are sometimes really difficult to hit.
Pierre Vega with the goal in the 73rd minute, and Wenatchee now with what seems like an insurmountable lead, 2-0. As we're in the latter stages of this one, and we're going to get a whistle, and, just as I mentioned, insurmountable. Here comes Eastmont with a free kick just outside the doorstep here for the Wildcats.
Now, if you're Eastmont, we're looking at, on the game clock, 7 minutes left. Probably throw 2 minutes in on that injury time there.
Yep.
So 9 minutes left. You're down by 2. You've got to
get
pushing
it right
numbers
here.
up. You're seeing him holding 2 back still.
Edgar Leon with the free kick. Chips it ahead. It's loose and is still available for somebody. Still alive. And now they're going to say Wenatchee came up with it. Or what are they going to say? It went out off the end line. So a goal kick here for the Panthers.
So
they did bring Luis Romero all the way up for that attempt.
Yeah, we're going to have to. He scored some goals for us at the club level coming out of the back, and he can really hammer that ball.
Well, he was there and got a chest to it, but not able to direct it towards the goal mouth. Ball intercepted to midfield here as Eastmont needing to press as they trail it now 2-0 against their Cross River rivals. Diego Saldivar doing what he can down in that right corner over there. It will go out of bounds, however, off of him and be a goal kick again for Wenatchee. Next Tuesday, a week from tonight, we'll have baseball here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eastmont and Wenatchee from Recreation Park. Joel Norman back in town. Welcome back, Joel. He'll have your play-by-play on Tuesday, April 20th, and then Saturday, April 24th, Wenatchee Eastmont baseball doubleheader with Joel, starting at 1 o'clock right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eastmont trying to stay on the attack, but Wenatchee comes up with the loose ball at midfield. Tanner Stitt will feed ahead to Pierre Vega, who got the goal moments ago. Wisen out there at middle, and centering pass. Moda was there, but the ball glances off of his foot. Wenatchee will keep it alive, though, in the corner. As battling with it is Lopez against Eastmont's Pefferman, and it will go out of bounds and be another goal or a corner kick here for Wenatchee. Well, the Panthers were able to cash in moments ago on a corner kick, and it looks like they'll have the same man down there in the corner that will do the duties. And that was something else. You typically see that ball coming in the air on that corner kick, but that one stayed on the ground and kind of fooled Eastmont.
Yeah, low-driven balls, I think, are the most dangerous ones on corner kicks. They really have a tendency to skip by. That near post is where majority of goals come from on corners.
Nicholas Lopez with the left foot. This time he will lift it in the air, and right there to snag it is Mendoz. And now he'll quickly get it out to Andrade. Andrade ahead for Leon, and will keep it alive for Eastmont. Leon with a chip ahead and trying to get to it was Zaldivar, but Wenatchee will collect it. The Panthers Get it across midfield. Vega. Far side it goes to Chirinos. Eastmont looks like they might be a little fatigued here in this second half. Latter stages, 77th minute on the clock with Wenatchee up 2-0. And now a turn and a diving play back there by Mendoza, but I think I heard a whistle before the kick. Eastmont player was on his hind side, that's Andrade. And I think had that ball gone into the net, it would have been waved off anyway. So it's Eastmont with a free kick. Back in the Wildcat end. They'll get it up ahead to Vasquez. But then Wenatchee right there again. Here comes Wisen. Slide tackle. Nice job by Eastmont. As they turn it aside as Javier Fuentes was there. Pefferman, left foot ahead. Wenatchee there for the header. They'll bring it left side to Andrade. He'll chip it ahead. Again, looking for the sprinting Zaldivar, but no, not to happen. This ball will go into Eastmont's end, and Wildcats running out of time here. They trail it 2-0. We're in the 78th minute. Left side is Cabrera. Now to Leon. Back to Pefferman. Ahead it goes. Zaldivar. Battling, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Eastmont. Zaldivar will do it. Waiting for numbers. Finally throws it in, and we got a no. I thought maybe there was a whistle as Leon got a little push from behind, but no call.
Yeah, I think that was he was looking to go to ground on that a little too easy.
Andrade with the chip shot, and it's wide left, giving chase in the corner. Are they going to keep it alive? They will not. Leon was trying to get after it, but it will go out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Stoppage time now. 78 on the score clock. So the official will keep it on the field. And we've got probably, as Matt mentioned, a couple of minutes anyway of injury timeouts for the cramps we had here in the second half. Scramble for Eastmont, trailing it by 2, looking for something magical to happen, but no, this ball goes out of bounds. A goal kick for Wenatchee.
So a quick shout out to a couple people. I've got some family watching the game, watching Tyler play. His older brother Jonah from Pullman. I'll be happy to see you in a couple weeks here, Jonah, when you get home. I'm looking forward to it. Proud of you. The Carricks in Tri-Cities and the Petersons in Bothell.
Well, there we go.
All streaming this game. And
there we go.
Looking forward to hanging out with you guys sometime soon.
Thank you very much for watching tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel, your home for local sports, no matter where the locale may be. 2-0, Wenatchee on top. Goals by Julian Reyes and Pierre Vega here tonight. Eastmont will get the ball at midfield on a free kick here. Well, after a couple of yellow cards in the first half, been fairly cleanly played here in the second half.
Just checked his watch. We're in
Final
extra time
moments.
now.
Yeah, extra time. So
I've got 10 seconds into extra right now, basically. And who knows what the referee's got on his clock. That's one thing I appreciate about this game.
And here's a shot on a turn by Andrade. It was not fielded cleanly by Wenatchee's goalkeeper, Luis Mendoza, but he takes care of business. Over to check him was one of the Wildcats.
I think the referee just signaled for 2 or 3 minutes. I didn't see his hand.
Okay. And do they have to do that? Do they have to let the sidelines know?
Usually don't. I can't quite see his hand.
2 minutes.
Yep.
I think I saw the 2 fingers there. Passed the eye test here tonight. Andrade will collect the ball on the throw-in for Eastmont. Andrade then drops to the ground. Rough and tumble night all the way around for both teams.
Yeah, these guys are going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll play again coming up this Saturday. Wenatchee will be at Quincy, while Eastmont will be at Moses Lake on Saturday.
They moved the Quincy game to Friday night now.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Okay.
7 o'clock in Quincy.
All right.
And that's the first time I believe Wenatchee's ever gone to Quincy to play that game.
Yeah, it's been here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good to you going to be able to go to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be fun. They have a nice little field down there.
Well, Andrade, we mentioned that he went down behind the play, and he's still down. So
looks like he's cramping up as well.
Yeah, he's cramping possibly. So we've got some stoppage added to the clock here. And our injury timeout brought to you by Confluence Health. High-quality care close to home. Confluence Health, dedicated to improving their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities. I guess that Quincy's new high school is something to behold, and their athletic field also. Football/soccer stadium is something else with the artificial turf.
Yeah, a lot of schools now are starting to get that. It's nice to be able to play more year-round on those things and open up some opportunities, even though I'm a big fan of natural fields, but artificial definitely has lots of benefits. Consistent playing field,
and the field turf technology like they have at the Apple Bowl. I mean, they've certainly made it a lot better than it used to be. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
As far as injury-prone situations and things like that. Eastmont trying again press here, working in stoppage time. But again, Wenatchee, as they've been since midway through the first half, have just done a stellar job defensively. And this ball will go out of bounds, being Eastmont throw-in here. Again, stoppage time. The clock is ticking on the wrist of our head referee, Jaime Arbarca. He's checking it again, has the whistle in his mouth. Just a few moments left of this one, with Wenatchee up by a score of 2-0. Throw-in by Nicholas Lopez for the Panthers. He will leave it behind for Kalen Zubak. So we'll see who the coaches want us to talk to on the postgame show here on the NCWLIFE Channel, and that will be it. Speaking of, we will head down to the field, as this one is now in the books, where the Wenatchee Panthers have won 3 straight over their Cross River rivals, knocking off the Eastmont Wildcats by a final of 2-0. We'll head down to the field and get you the postgame show straight ahead. You've been watching high school soccer tonight here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition. When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35-plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Hi, I'm Shauna Larson. I'm the designated broker here at Laura Mounter Real Estate. We are a locally owned firm, and we've worked hard to earn our reputation of always doing business the right way. Laura Mounter Real Estate is continually investing in the best technologies and highest quality marketing. For these reasons, our community has voted us the world's best real estate office for the past 5 years. If you have real estate needs, let a Laura Mounter Real Estate agent show you the difference.
Take on the new year in a new Ford from Pat Armstrong Ford. From premium grade muscle to unparalleled performance. Take on any payload. The all-new 2021 Ford F-150 at Pat Armstrong Ford. Take on any adventure. Take on every thrill. The all-new 2021 Bronco Sport and 2021 Mustang Mach-E. Built to take on every resolution at Pat Armstrong Ford. We are community strong in East Wenatchee.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs, and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft, ATVs, and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles, and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Save Mart is the place to go if you are in the market for home furnishings. They have rows and rows of sofas, love seats, recliners, and chairs in a vast array of fabrics and colors. Name brands include Ashley, Best, and Stanton. With pictures, lamps, and tables to complement your new furniture, Save Mart is a one-stop shop. Save Mart offers 12-month special financing on approval of credit. Save Mart also offers free delivery, setup, and haul away in their service area. Serving the Wenatchee Valley for over 50 years. Located on North Wenatchee Avenue, or visit online at savemart.net.
Welcome back here on the postgame show. Will the Wenatchee Panthers knock out the Eastmont Wildcats tonight by a final of 2-0? Standing with me now is the man who got things going right before the end of the half. He scored the goal in the, we'll say the 39th minute, Julian Reyes. Julian, talk about that first half especially. It seemed that Eastmont was really dumping it in your guys' end for most of that first half, but you rallied towards the end of the half, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we were all kind of nervous because we know how much talent these guys have. So, I mean, we came out here and we put a good game for them.
Talk about that goal right before the end of the half. You were outside on the right side there, and we didn't know if you were going to have the angle or not, but you sure did. Tell me about that goal for you.
Yeah, well, you know, I got the ball. There's a lot of space in front of me, so, you know, nothing to do other than take the shot.
It seemed like you guys had momentum at that point. There was a whistle at halftime. It looked like you guys maybe were ready to score again. What did Coach Johnson tell you guys at half?
You know, just keep going. Just, you know, everything's in the mid, so we just need to control the mid. And if the mid is controlled, then I guess the game is over.
Yeah, well, and that to me and to Matt Wisen on the call tonight, I thought it was pretty apparent that your midfield really picked it up in that second half as well. You got to be pretty proud about that.
Yeah, very proud.
So talk about this for a sophomore. I mean, you guys, it was 23 months ago that the last time that there was any soccer played for the boys' side of things. What's it feel like for you to have a big hand in getting Wenatchee another victory over your Cross River rival?
You know, I just been training. I just been waiting for this day against Eastmont, and it really came out.
Well, congratulations on the win and the goal here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Julian Reyes joining us here on the postgame show. We'll come back with more from Wildcat Stadium, where Wenatchee knocks off Eastmont 2-0. We'll come back with more right after this.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön.
If you're like me, you're already dreaming about the summer, enjoying it with friends and family in the backyard. Don't get discouraged with the chilly breeze of spring just yet. There is still work to be done, and the warmer temperatures are just around the corner. If you've been thinking about when to get your backyard ready for summer, come on down to Blue Lagoon, now scheduling pool openings. Ask us why we think you should open your pool sooner rather than later. Call today. Scheduling is filling up fast.
Doghouse Motorsports just won Best Motorsports Store for the 7th year in a row. Is it the great facility? Is it the fantastic products? Or is it?
I'm Bobby.
And I'm Tabor.
I'm Mike. And I'm Glenn.
Hi, I'm Todd.
I'm Jeff.
And this is the Doghouse Service Team.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And I'm Dwayne.
And I'm Kathy.
Come on in and experience the Doghouse.
Are you in the Doghouse?
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, where the Eastmont Wildcats fall to the Wenatchee Panthers tonight by a score of 2-0. It was certainly entertaining at the very least, and a frenetic pace in that first half. Now visiting with Victor Andrade, who was part of that attack in that first half. Victor, you guys, I don't know how you were able to keep that pace up in the first half. Was that your game plan coming in for you guys just to really kind of keep it in Wenatchee's end and try to make something happen?
Yeah. We just try to pressure them so they can make mistakes and we can just score, Try to make them make mistakes and just try to score.
I know Vidal Hurtado was talking to you guys before the game tonight about playing a full 80 minutes, and how much did that hurt to give up that goal right before the half?
It hurt us pretty hard, but we were fine. We just tried to score, in the second half, it was fine.
It seemed that Wenatchee's midfield kind of turned the tables on the second half, and you guys weren't able to get a lot of attacks offensively. Was the midfield kind of the difference there, you think?
Yeah, I think it was. We were just tired, and they were just,
As a senior, how nice is it to actually be playing soccer again?
It feels pretty good to be back on the field, being out for a year or 2 years. It feels great to be playing with the boys,
So it's early in the season. I know it's an only 11-game season, so it's kind of weird. But do you think you guys are going to rebound from this and be able to come back?
Yeah, I think we will. Pretty sure, yeah.
All right. Well, Victor, I know you got a little banged up towards the end of the game. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Victor Andrade joining us here on the postgame show, where he and his teammates fell for the first time this season, but they've got Moses Lake coming up this weekend. And, Eastmont will be back, that's for sure. And we'll be back after a quick timeout here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
At Earthwise Pet, we take an all-natural approach to wellness and nutrition. Our professional certified groomers were trained by the best in the Pacific Northwest. Our staff here at Earthwise Pet are all certified in pet nutrition. We are here to help you select the perfect food, supplement, and anything else you may need to make sure your pet is living its best and most healthy life. Earthwise Pet, Nutrition Center and Wellness Spa. Online or in the store, we are here for you.
To achieve greatness once, it's not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Introducing the next all-electric super truck. The revolutionary GMC Hummer EV SUV. Reserve one now while they last.
One more time around here at Wildcat Stadium, along with Matt Wisen and Eric Granstrom, as the Wenatchee Panthers come in and knock off their Cross River rival. 2-0 the final. Julian Reyes gets the first goal right before the end of the first half, and the second goal of the night comes from Pierre Vega in the 73rd minute. Matt, I don't know if you'd say dominating by any stretch. It was a fun one to watch here tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it really dominated. The second half, though, I would say that possession, run and play definitely tilted Wenatchee's way.
Yep.
You saw they made a little bit of a change in the midfield there. They were controlling the ball a little more in the midfield, contesting play in the midfield more, and getting that turnover. Eastmont kind of lost their composure and got a little bit rattled after that first goal at the end of the first half, and Wenatchee never looked back.
Well, in the early part of the meeting, historically speaking, if I remember Bruce Bennett's notes from earlier today, that Eastmont had the domination in the early part of the series historically. The win tonight for Wenatchee, even the overall series up 24 apiece, as I understand it. These two teams will meet again next to the last game of the season, and I assume we're going to have another fun, entertaining one to watch when they get back together later in May.
Yeah, the last game of this series every season is the one people remember. So it's going to be take this level and turn it up a full notch higher, if not 2 notches higher, and that's what we're going to get in Wenatchee here.
Well, as we mentioned, the Wenatchee Panthers will be at Quincy. They've moved that game to Friday night instead of Saturday, so just note that for Wenatchee fans. Eastmont, meanwhile, will be at Moses Lake on Saturday as well. We'll be up at the Super Oval on Saturday for racing here on the NCWLIFE Channel, but we'll have more soccer coming up before the spring season is done. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight on behalf of Jessica Mendoza, or Medina, I should say, as well as Matthew Baxter, handling the camera duties here at Wildcat Stadium. Josiah Davison is our line producer, and of course Malcolm Whitehall back in the studios. On behalf of Matt Wisen, I'm Eric Granstrom. Thanks for watching as Wenatchee knocks off Eastmont by a final of 2-0. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
The shot and beautiful.
Thanks for watching high school sports on your home for local high school sports, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you by August Edge Real Estate, Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, Confluence Health, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Doghouse Motorsports, Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, JDSA Law, Laura Mounter Real Estate, Les Schwab Tires, One Way Construction, Pat Armstrong Ford Lincoln, Save Mart, Sangster Motors, Wenatchee Power Sports, Earthwise Pet, and Chelan Douglas Casa. Stay with us all year long for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return to regular programming already in progress.